Another day, another dollar.
Another $50.
I was waiting for it. A couple cents nowadays.
Another day we spend $1.
We spend more than just $1.
All right, show them what you're doing.
We got a lot.
Looking at it.
I know. Listen. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I'm gonna do because I don't want to have bolts, you know, on the outside. So I'm gonna have to weld some bolts on the inside and drill some holes for the. It's basically vintage air. Okay. Classic air. Same thing.
So are you basically just welding bolts on the inside to hang the thing from?
Yeah,
And bolt
because
it to,
this.
so they won't have to come through this. You
Yeah.
can just weld them to the outside or inside.
This bracket right here needs to be in there to hold the evaporator. So I need bolts on the inside welded so I don't have to have them sticking out.
Okay. Well, have fun.
Yep, that's all I gotta do. And then I gotta clean the inside so I don't get my evaporator all dusty. Now that that's all clean, I can figure out where I'm gonna put those bolts at. I need to go through this box. Let's see, small parts, got some bolts and stuff. Oh no, a thingamadoo. Who knows? Okay. So now we need to figure out where this is going and get this bracket on mounted. And then once I get it all done, I gotta take it all back apart every time. And then we gotta paint it. So I need to get this done fairly quickly, which I think I can do. Just some holes and some welding. Flies. See, we got corn out here in these fields. And when the corn grows tall, we have the doors open, flies attack us. I guess part of the job. It's actually, it feels great outside. So I'm gonna get this all done and show you the final product. I'm actually gonna use this as a template. We're gonna get that on the firewall all straight, nice. Figure out exactly where these holes need to be. And that's why I'm gonna set the evaporator on the inside and get everything all lined up. This has this, I already started peeling it off, but since I'm using it as a template, we're just gonna take this off. I'm gonna lay some cardboard out here. See these little spots, you know, where the metal's coming through? I really don't want to get my hands on that. It'll create surface rust, so I'm gonna try to keep the surfaces clean and oil free. So what I'm doing now, I have my spacer back here, and there's a hole in the firewall, and I have this one bolt tightened. So I'm gonna take my other spacer, put one back here. I'm gonna get my level. This will probably be the easiest way possible. And I would say that is about perfect. Alright, just to show you real quick, I originally drilled 2 holes just in case I messed up, because I am human. I set my points and then thing was straight, so then I went ahead and drilled my other 2 holes, and I drilled them just a little bigger so they had some wiggle room, because I put the bracket on there with the spacers that they came with. Here's the ones for over here, and then here's the ones for over here. So I put those in, put the bracket up, tightened it down, and I tack welded the backside. So these are where the bolt holes were. I'm doing it very slowly so I don't warp anything. You don't want to get it too hot. So I'm going to grind these down all the way. I already have the other side welded. And then this will be completely flat again, and we'll have the studs on just the inside. I'll show you once I'm all done. Now we got everything in. Everything's all set. Actually, these mounting points on each side, I made a brace about 1.5 inches wide on each side so it didn't pull on the firewall. And then we can see these 2 top ones will have grommets. These actually have rubber seals, and these are where I welded those studs. Feels perfect. Just a little bit of icing. She's ready to paint. I also test fit this because there's a piece where it has some tubing that runs to the blower, so I made sure that fit, and we're good. And this can actually lift up. It's got a adjustment. And then we got to cut the glove box, the back side of it. So we're getting there. So I panel bonded those braces on there, so that'll give it a little more stability. And I didn't want to weld or warp my nice firewall, so because it's perfect even with the little bit of welding that I did. But they're good now. And then the last thing I need to figure out is where I want to run my wires through my firewall. I'm thinking like down, but I don't want to be able to see it under my dash. So I'm thinking right here. Just keep it right underneath. I think that'll look good. So then really all you'll see is these 2 and those holes. I don't know. That's what I'm shooting for. I think it'll look good. Now, since I have a custom firewall, I had to build a bracket for the e-brake. So I didn't want to warp that firewall like crazy, so I just added a couple tacks all the way around it, and then I'm just gonna seam seal, and we should be all good. So I got that all done. I got those studs all done and the braces in, and I'm gonna show you the final product and that everything fits. Now I got everything all mounted up. There's my bracket for my parking brake, and I made a bracket for my fuse box, and then I have a bracket for my terminator, and my evaporator sitting right there perfect, and the trim sitting in there. So Everything is sitting in there really nice. That bottom hole is for some electrical. It's a different unit than Vintage Air, but it looks very straightforward. And then I'm either gonna put one big hole here, maybe over here, two smaller ones on each side for the wiring for the engine. That's gonna come after the firewall's painted and I have the engine in and I start doing all the wiring. The only other thing I need to do out here is, which I'm waiting until I paint the outside, because I need to start running the wires first and figure out where they're running, how long they are. If I'm doing one hole here and I'm gonna run the terminator and the engine harness through it, or I'm gonna run them separately. And then I'm grinding that down and welding that, and it's gonna look perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and button up this firewall so it can get painted. And next week I'm starting on my motor. So I sincerely appreciate all you following along, following the build, and I got a lot more in store. So thank you again. I'll see y'all on the next video.